Right, I recorded an episode of Grid Autosport yesterday. I don't know when it's going up, but I recorded it yesterday, and the commentary on it was not good. Not good at all. I was not happy with it, but I've decided that I'm going to upload it anyway because no one watches the Grid Autosport Let's Play, so it doesn't matter. I'm just playing that game because I kind of want to get it done because I want to finish games. That's my thing. So I'm playing myself the Need for Speed Underground now because I also want to get this game finished, and because I really want that Honda S2000. And my commentary for this episode is gonna be explaining to you why I want that Honda S2K. And I don't think it's enough commentary to support a full 20-minute episode, but I'm going for a full 20-minute episode anyway. Chances are, after I'm done talking about the Honda, I'll be able to segue into talking about something else, because that's how my commentary works, is that if I don't go into a video with a topic, something that I want to talk about, I end up not having good commentary for the whole time. But if I go into a video with a topic, with something to talk about, I can usually at least do the commentary for talking about that. And also, that topic should be able to, inspire me, to remind me about something else and talk about that, if you see what I mean. So, I mean, first I want to talk about that Honda. Because Honda and Need for Speed, right? The Honda and street racing games, actually, don't go together too well. Because Honda decided that they, oh, we don't like street racing because that'll be a bad reflection on our brand, is probably what they said. That makes sense, that I can see that being their thought process, right? I don't think that they would have decided that in 2005, because Need for Speed Most Wanted was the first Need for Speed game they weren't in. I mean, obviously they weren't in Porsche Unleashed. And I guess, Honda don't have much supercars beyond the NSX, so they wouldn't have been in much before the Underground series, but they were in the Underground series. And that's where, the games were more explicitly about street racing. And the NSX was in high stakes as well. Fuck, was it Hot Pursuit 2? Which was the Need for Speed game that came out before Underground 1? Because whichever one that was, I'm pretty sure that would have been the last one that Honda was in. Because that game had like the Ford Falcon and everything, so it should have had the NSX. That would have made sense. Anyway, yeah, there weren't really that many Japanese cars in fucking, I've forgotten its name, Most Wanted. I don't know how I forgot its name, I just did. Yeah, there weren't all that many Jap boxes. Everyone has an S13 except me, which gives me that superior four-wheel drive launch, so really there's no point complaining about it. Yeah, so Honda were in Honda not that many. There weren't that many Japanese cars in Most Wanted. There was like the Supra, and the Mitsubishi and the Subaru, and that's about it, really. I mean, for the more limited, I guess you could say that Most Wanted had a more limited car list. I mean, Carbon had like probably the most limited car list because it had like a million cars that you couldn't actually use in career mode. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the actual variety of cars in Most Wanted was skewed more towards supercars than, say, Underground, obviously, because Underground is about literal entry-level shitboxes, and I just landed on that guy. And then Carbon had a lot more variety in the different classes of car there were. Like, the whole gimmick of that game was that there were Japanese, American, and European cars in Carbon. You couldn't use any of them in career mode, but they were there, is what's important. And then Honda was in Pro Street. I'm giving you a history of Honda in Need for Speed now. Honda were in Pro Street, but that was a track racing game. So obviously, you know, for fuck's sake. I mean, it's a tournament, so I can afford to lose one, but I'd rather not do something embarrassing like that again. Yeah, and then they weren't in Undercover. And they weren't in a street racing game until, like, Need for Speed 2015, is what I'm getting at here. But I want that S2000, because I want to drive some of them Hondas on the streets, but I don't want to drive a Honda Civic on them streets, because I'm second overall now. Fuck, I need to step it up. Yeah, I don't want to drive the Honda Civic, because I could drive a Honda Civic in pretty much like any street racing game. I mean, obviously not any street racing game, because the Civic, it's not in many of the Need for Speed street racing games, but I can drive a Civic in 2015 and stuff. But I can't drive an S2000 in 2015 and stuff, because it's not in the games like that. I'm pretty sure this might be the only game with street racing in it that has the S2000. I'm pretty sure it's in Underground 2, but it might not be. I've never seen it in Underground 2. Then again, I only have the PAL version of Underground 2, which means that I don't get any Hondas at all. I get a Vauxhall Corsa and a Peugeot 106 instead, which they did a good job of localizing that game for England, I reckon. So yeah, for me, in little old England, this game will be... Oh, fuck. I've done it again. This game will be the last chance that I get in a street racing game to drive a Honda S2000. And the S2000, I think, was in Forza Horizon. That's not really a street racing game. And also, it's not like a regular model S2000. Like the models of S2000 in Forza always have like those body kits as standard. Like you don't get to drive the stock version of the S2000 in a Forza game. And you can't remove the body kits and replace them with a more standard looking one. So you can't actually have a regular looking S2000, which is the I don't know what that noise was. Which is the kind of S2000 that I prefer. I'm going to have to pull something out the bag to win this one. And right now I'm doing the opposite of pulling it out the bag. Yeah, this has not gone well. Let's try this one again. I seem to have to restart a race in every episode, even though I'm only on medium, because I'm a fucking shitter. Oops, got a Skype note. I don't know why I shortened notification to note, but I haven't got my headphones plugged into my computer right now. So I don't know if you heard that, but if you did, that's what it was. It was my Skype, not yours. It's kind of irritating when like you're watching a YouTuber and then he gets a Discord notification. So I paused because I was making a face at getting another notification while I'm trying to talk about it. But obviously you can't see my face because I don't do face cam, and I don't really like face cam. I kind of... Okay, this is going to get irritating. Oop. Muted. I kind of prefer when YouTubers are disembodied voices, because I look at their faces and I'm like, ugh. Because I prefer 2D waifus to 3D whores, and that carries over to voices. I'd rather just listen to a voice and see a face talk I don't know if that's like a symptom of autism or what that is. I'm pretty sure I don't have autism. Alright, I want to get this out of the way now. But yeah, you know, I prefer just disembodied voices. I was talking about Honda and I got distracted. But yeah, that was just a really like fucking 10-minute long roundabout way of saying I want to drive the S2000 in this game because I think it's a pretty neato car. And that's pretty much the commentary idea I had worn out. So now, I'm going to talk about Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Remember that? I watched that last night. It was like 6 AM. I couldn't get to sleep. So, I was watching fucking Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Alright, and there's only there's 3 reasons to watch Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. And there's 3 reasons because there's 3 members of the Hex Girls. And, oh man. Oh, my dick was throbbing. I was fucking leaking bear pre everywhere, fam. You know what I'm saying? Fucking straight jacking it to a kid's movie. Hell yeah. That's what I do at fucking 6 in the morning. When I've been awake for fucking going up on 30 hours. That's what I do. That's what I get up to. I like Luna the best. I feel like Luna would be the most achievable Hex Girl because she only plays the keyboard, which means that you could probably bully her into having like low self-esteem by telling her that the keyboard is a shit instrument. I'm not sure how well that would turn out for you. Like, maybe she has like some kind of attitude thing going on, but I feel like that would work. I don't want that vinyl. That's a fucking shill vinyl. Let's go full in on the engine performance there. And then when I switch to that S2000, it's going to be fast as fuck, boy. And I learned about the S2000 in this game from the Banter Gaming channel. Feel free to make fun of that name. Imagine calling your channel that. I don't know what it would have been thinking at that point. But I got into them because of the whole. They were the guy doing the Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 2 Let's Play. Because that's a game I'm really interested in getting, and I want to play that, but it's difficult and expensive to get a hold of it, a legit copy in England. And I'd still have to buy stuff to mod my PS2 like I want. And I can't do any of that stuff right now because I've got no money at all. So, you know, I have to watch fucking year-old Let's Plays that haven't been updated for months and months. Anyway, yeah, at one point, before Need for Speed 2015 came out, he was playing Underground 1. And he got to the point in the game where he was unlocking the Honda S2000. And he said something like that the S2000 is a really OP car. And I feel like for how much I have to restart races and that, I would like to have an OP car at the current moment. Underground 2, it doesn't really matter what car you have as much. You can still be competitive and win races and stuff. And I feel like if I crashed into less walls, I could win everything first try, but I refuse to get good at driving. And did that guy just try to pit maneuver me? I feel like he did. Hang on a minute. That was weird. I thought I heard my dad getting home, because it's getting on for 6 now. So I've really not given myself much time to record at all. But I thought that was my dad. But it turned out that the car wasn't even in the driveway. And I heard a noise that sounded distinctly like a front door opening. Or maybe there's just... I think there's just a lorry around the corner, because We live around the corner from a parade of shops, including a Tesco and stuff. So there's probably just some kind of lorry delivering stuff to Tesco's. That's the explanation I'm going to go with anyway. I'm going to hope and pray that I've not got a home invader in my house coming to nickel my shit and beat me to death. I feel like that wouldn't be cool. Yeah. But I really need to give myself more time to record and stuff. Because I don't do that. I need to do another one of those, you know, take a day to record just one game like I did to finish off Dirt Showdown. Back when I did that. Do we remember Dirt Showdown? I just sat there for a day playing Dirt Showdown. Number 6 on the sprints. Wild Child. Hell yeah. And there's no disgusting whore standing in front of my car. Yeah, I need to do another one of those again at some point. If I can get to sleep tonight, to the point where I actually wake up tomorrow, I might give that a go. Well, 17 minutes in, we've got time for a time trial. I've got 2 minutes 17 to get to a hot date, apparently. I didn't listen to what she was saying. I just looked at the little caption on the screen, and I was like, it's probably not. I'm probably not racing to a hot date. One, because we saw Samantha in that cutscene at the beginning, and she looks a little bit Dawn of Time CGI animation. So, you know, less hot than, you know, she could be, but still pretty. Okay, I'm not gonna. I mean, what the fuck was I doing? If I could learn to drive, that'd be nice. I don't think I deserve a cool Mitsubishi if I'm gonna drive like that. That's why I'm downgrading to a hairdresser. Okay. I am gonna finish this time trial before this episode is over. But I'm actually gonna get good as well before this episode is over. Which means I need to not fuck up in the very first section of corners. And oh fuck, I forgot there was a jump here. Well, I mean, that was cleaner than trying to go through the normal way. So I guess it all worked out in the end. Isn't that good? I also need to avoid the poles holding up the roof of the tunnel. That'd be good too. Yeah, I haven't really been paying any attention to the plot of this game. I know there's not really much of it. The whole thing is become the best street racer and beat Eddie. I haven't even seen Eddie this entire game, apart from one cutscene at the beginning. Oh, and that time that he called me a... Oh, fuck, what did he call me? Because I made fun of him for it. He called me a dork or something. It was 2003. It was a different time. Calling someone a dork actually meant something then. I mean, I was 2-3 years old in 2003. So I don't really remember calling people dorks and having it actually mean something, but I'm living out of time. Like that one line from that one song by Warning. I like to live in a world of early 2000s type media. And late 90s as well. And I also like the 80s and a little bit the 70s. I watched that film The Driver the other night. And I had to watch it with my headphones unplugged because it was only playing sound through one ear. And that kind of sucked. And I watched it because it inspired Drive, which is a movie I also really, really like. Unique vinyls. Oh. They're gonna look shit. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, it's just like I thought. They're not gonna look good. That is a jet engine. That is a snake. That's a giant robot. I might go for that one. I don't really see what that is. That looks like an anime girl. Might go for that one as well. Let's go full 2003 Itasha, I think. Unless there's something else. Yeah, I want to go for that one. She's got a tits out. Let's do that. Yeah. I like this one. Okay. I'm not sure what event I unlocked the SG7 at. Oh, race number 69. What race am I on now? This episode's gone on a little bit longer than it normally would. So I'm just gonna check what race I'm on now and... Oh, this is the one. Alright, I'll unlock the SG1000 next week. I need to go and answer the phone.